Today we're here at the MFAA conference. It's the national conference for the peak body of mortgage brokers, and I'll be delivering a keynote today about AI search and how mortgage brokers are being found, trusted and chosen by Claude, ChatGPT and Gemini. I'm talking today about the AI search journey. And why it matters to mortgage brokers is because 60% of searches on Google no longer end in a click, and that's huge. At 80/20 Digital, we specialize in lead generation for service-based businesses, and we deal a lot with mortgage brokers. So when Dan Walsh from the MFAA asked me to come down, I said I'd be delighted to do that and share what I can with his members. For the past 2 decades, Google was the only game in town. If you wanted to be found on a search engine, 92% of Australians used Google to find your business. But that has changed. ChatGPT, Perplexity and Claude, they have changed the rules of the game. And now, over 60% of searches on Google no longer end in a click. And that's why things are changing, and that's why it's important for mortgage brokers to understand how to get chosen and recommended by AI. One of the biggest misconceptions is that it works the same way as Google. It doesn't work the same way at all. You can be on the first page of Google, but you may not be recommended by AI. Likewise, you may be absolutely nowhere near the top of the page on Google, which you can also be recommended by AI. Ultimately, what AI does is that it niches down, it understands where you specialize, and it tries to be very, very specific about what it is that you offer. So if you are specific, you specialize and you niche down with your brand, AI can recommend you. That's a very, very key difference between how it and Google works. If I was to sum up my talk in one sentence, it's that brand is the new SEO. This is all about how mortgage brokers get found, trusted, and chosen, and how that brand trust is the best thing that will help them get recommended by ChatGPT, Perplexity, Claude, or Gemini.
So Colm, most of us here, we've got an understanding and we've experienced Google search. But today borrowers are discovering businesses through social media, YouTube, and increasingly AI-generated search results. How is that discoverability changing?
Well, it's changing in the sense that the customer journey has changed. It's changed because of those conversational searches that I was talking about in the presentation, and it's just that deep level of qualification. So people spend seconds on Google qualifying mortgage brokers. So they will spend seconds, mortgage broker Melbourne, mortgage broker Southeast Suburbs, or whatever the search is. But that deep level qualification that they do on AI, that makes a huge, huge difference, because by the time they've actually contacted you, they're already qualified. All they're actually looking for is validation that they've made the right choice. So it's a much easier sale, and that's why we see inquiries from AI converting into sales at a much, much higher rate than traditional organic search. So it's really important to have an opinion. I'm really glad that you raised this. So when you're working with your brand voice, making yourself distinct from everybody else is so important. Don't be wallpaper. It's not a bad thing to have a really strong brand voice. And it's also what AI is looking for. So when you're writing blogs, for example, do not turn to ChatGPT and ask it just to generate some, very generic content. That is the worst thing that you can do. But if you spend some time and effort investing in your content and giving yourself a really strong, distinctive brand voice, that will pay dividends for you.
What if my reputation was damaged? What steps would I take to rebuild that trust?
Well, I think there's different types of reviews. And when we think of reviews, we think of Google reviews, but they're not the only type of review that we can have. So there's testimonials and there's case studies that you can have on your website. You can also have reviews on a third-party website. So you mentioned, Mark, you were mentioning that you're on product choice. So and from an AI perspective, those reviews on a third-party website are even more important. One of the things that we encourage our clients to do is to get video testimonials from their clients. And that is so powerful. So if a picture tells 1,000 words, a video will tell 1,000,000. There is nothing more powerful than having your customer be your best advocate and say, these people were absolutely fantastic at what they did and they solved this problem for me, and they are just absolutely glowing with praise for you. That is the most powerful kind of review you can get. And once it's been filmed and it's up on your website, that's very hard to argue with. Well, I've just come off stage after my presentation as the keynote speaker at the MFAA, and I'm absolutely delighted to have been here. So my thanks to the MFAA for inviting me. I hope everybody enjoyed what I had to say. I was talking about the AI search journey and how that is changing now. If you want to reach out to us and learn a little bit more about how you can be found by AI, get in contact with us at 8020 Digital. Thanks.